Hi there, this is Hallie with HallieCrawford.com, career coaching. So I was recently interviewed by the Wall Street Journal for an article that was in response to the JetBlue flight attendant who quit his job by basically jumping out the airplane and sliding down the escape slide out the side of the airplane. And the reporter was asking me whether this was a good way to quit your job, and if not, what were some better ways to quit your job? Because as we all know, quitting your job is a tough situation. It's never a pretty thing. It's always going to be difficult for people to a certain extent. But there are things that you can and should do when quitting your job, and things that you shouldn't do. And bottom line is, I feel like this man who quit his job by jumping out the airplane didn't do himself a favor. Think about it from an employer's perspective. Would you, as an employer, want to hire someone who quit his job in that manner? You probably wouldn't. You might think he's a loose cannon. You might think he was unprofessional. And now look, I know that there's a lot of people around the world rallying behind him. And actually my mother did too. When I talked to her about this, she said, good for him, flying is tough these days. And I get that. So I'm not saying be a doormat when you're quitting your job. What I'm saying is think about the long-term consequences of what you're doing. He may get a good book deal out of this or something like that, and that's fine. But in terms of your professional development, this is not the way to go. So there are 3 basic tips I wanted to share with you to give you an idea of some of the best ways to quit your job, or things that you need to consider when you're doing so. So the best way to quit your job, one of the things to do, always, 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 is to be professional. Always be professional when you're doing this. Don't stoop down to lower levels of office politics or pointing fingers or blaming other people for things. Always be professional about it. This is a workplace. It's not personal, it's professional. So be sure you keep it that way during your exit interview if you have one. Number 2 is to take the high road. Be the person that you want to be. Handle this in a way that's positive and effective. And being the type of person that you would want to be, or you would want someone else to be when they're quitting a job, is if you are the employer. So put yourself in their shoes and take the high road. Now again, I'm not saying be a doormat here and roll over and not give them feedback. If there's an appropriate time and place for doing that, definitely do it and let them know. But always think about the bigger picture here. You're moving on to something else anyway. So pick your battles. Which things do you really want to bring up, and which things are really just petty and aren't worth bringing up during your exit interview. And the 3rd tip is to be constructive. Give constructive criticism and feedback, and even more so, provide a solution for them. So don't just sit there and complain about what was wrong or what didn't work for you. Give them possible ideas for how they can improve. It will come across a lot more positively that way, a lot better. And the key here is you don't want to burn your bridge. If you want to get a reference or have your boss or manager or even coworkers be a reference or a referral for you, you want to make sure that you're not finger pointing and burning a bridge. So be professional, provide constructive, positive criticism, and take the high road. Pick your battles and choose which things are really worth bringing up and which things really aren't. You can just let them go. Good luck, and I hope this was helpful to you. Rock and roll, and have a great day.